Hello, everyone. It's Shane Conto, your Wasteland reviewer, and welcome to the Streaming Wasteland here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network. And this is my weekly show where each Friday I pick a streaming service and three previously released films off of it. And hopefully, by the end of this episode, you have a nice full weekend of movies to go check out. And this week, I am highlighting Peacock, and we have a nice variety of different types of films, and we're going to start off with 2010 with an animated fantasy adventure for the whole family. It's Despicable Me. And yes, it's probably a little weird thinking back that one, this film is 15 years old at this point. Lovely. And we've had 15 years of Minions. And thinking back to like, this is where it all began when those little minions were, supporting characters and a lot of fun and silly and funny in the small doses that we got as they worked specifically um with Gru. And this film has a nice balance of this found family where this, you know, man who really wants to be the best supervillain out there, Gru, voiced by Steve Carell, winds up adopting these three young girls. And it's very endearing and sweet seeing them develop this connection over the course of the film. But then you also have all the crazy, fun sci fi fantasy kind of shenanigans, one with the minions, two with trying to steal the moon and everything, and him going toe to toe with his rival, Vector, voiced by Jason Segel. And there's a lot of fun moments with like ship air chases and all the shenanigans of Gru trying to get into Vector's lair. And all of these fun slapstick physical comedy elements with also some fun action, some good heart, and at this point, the minions have completely taken over, and so much of these films are really focused on their shenanigans. They do have fun shenanigans. One thing I do appreciate about this film a lot is everybody's really doing like a voice performance. Nobody's just using the regular voices. And Steve Carell completely morphs into Gru here. You have Russell Brand and Julie Andrews and Will Arnett and all these different characters. These characters that come to life thanks to these committed performances from this cast. You even have Miranda Cosgrove and Elsie Fisher and Dana Geyer, who bring the voices of our fun little girls here, and cute and adorable. And they bring this really tie this whole film together. And yes, there's diminishing returns in this franchise. I do still really like Despicable Me too, but this is still a really fun, heartfelt, enjoyable little romp for the whole family. Next up, we're going to turn the clock back to 1974 and get a little horror here, and that is Black Christmas. And this is a classic slasher flick of the 70s between this and Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, really setting the tone for slasher films moving forward. Bob Clark crafts an intense, suspenseful experience that has a lot of twists and turns, really sets up quite a few uh, tropes and cliches that you see in a lot of slashers. The calls coming from in the house, and all of these different kinds of elements. There's plenty of tension. There's certainly great kills and eerie moments and twists and turns and trying to figure out who's doing all of this. And it's well crafted. It has that 70s feel and it's balancing this terror suspenseful kind of atmosphere with the holidays and this Christmassy kind of tone. And I feel like Clark does such a great job of mixing them well together. And you have Olivia Hussey, who pretty well known for Romeo and Juliet as the lead here. She's a great scream queen character. You have Margot Kidder for, Superman. You have Cara Dulia of 2001: A Space Odyssey fame. Andrea Martin and John Saxon and plenty of other familiar faces filling out these supporting characters. And it really just comes together. There, it's eerie. It has great scares and kills throughout the film. It's just this beautiful melding of horror and holiday vibes and everything. Really disturbing imagery and something that's just gonna stick with you long after, and does a lot of great heavy lifting in terms of setting the tone for what slasher films are going to be moving forward. And lastly, we're gonna head over to 1991 to Ireland, and this is The Commitments. And this is a drama from director Alan Parker, who had a very gritty, very intense kind of feel with films like Midnight Express and Mississippi Burning. And here, this is a film that really captures the spirit of Irish culture as we follow Jimmy Rabbit, an unemployed Dublin boy, decides to put together a soul band made up entirely of Irish working class people. And this film is so enticing because you have such a great ensemble of characters that feel so fully realized. They have their personalities, they're all relatable, they have that working class kind of feel to them. And all of them are just trying to make ends meet, but come together to build something special, meaningful, and impactful. And the music really is at the heart and soul of this film, and it's very effective and engaging and brings things together. It captures Ireland and this particular point in time where people were struggling and just trying to make ends meet, and the joy and the meaning that this band could bring to people. And you have Robert Arkins, Maria Doyle Kennedy, and plenty of other really talented performers who bring so much life to this. You have the likes of even Cole Meany in a supporting role as well, and it feels so authentic and raw and engaging. And Parker was a filmmaker that was able to capture that raw, authentic realism and inject that into his films while also not pulling punches. This is not a film that is going to sugarcoat things at all. It's going to put you right there and have you go through this journey with this group of people who come together. And this is one of those classic dramas that really explores working class culture in an impactful and interesting way. The 90s were certainly an interesting time for that. You kind of had a different tone with like the full Monty, but this, it has its humor, it has its drama, it has that, it has weight to it. And it'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry, and it'll make you want to sing along and get up and move to this music. And that's something special. But that is a wrap here on this week's episode of the Streaming Wasteland. But let's do a little summation. So you're going to head over to Peacock and you could check out 2010's Despicable Me, 1974's Black Christmas, and 1991's The Commitments. But thank you for listening. Make sure to follow, uh, thank, make sure to like, comment, and share on this episode. What's your favorite not Disney animated franchise? What's your favorite old school 70s slasher flick? And what's your favorite tale of I'm a big fan of Irish cinema, and what's your favorite film that really explores Irish culture? And make sure to follow or subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. The SPM Crew Podcasting Network is ever expanding. We have so many great shows with all kinds of different genres of things that you can go through and different special interests that you'll find something that's going to connect with you. And if you want to be a part of it, reach out to us on our website to be a guest on one of our shows or even to host your own podcast if that's something you want to explore. And if you like our logo, check out HiFlyer Creative for all your digital marketing needs. But most importantly, thank you as always for tuning in and supporting the Streaming Wasteland here on the SPM Crew Podcasting Network.